My favorite movie of all time, 100%, if anyone ever asked me, and if you've seen my videos before, then you know this, of course, is Jurassic Park. And so of course, this is my most anticipated movie of all year. It's part of the Jurassic Park movies. I really want to see it. And so I was really excited going in, but I wasn't like super pumped because like I knew going in like it's not going to be better than Jurassic Park. That's just not going to happen. Like nothing's ever going to do that for me. But I watch Jurassic Park all the time, at least once a month, every once to 2 months maybe. It is my favorite movie of all time. So going into this movie, I had a lot of high expectations, but I promise you, this will not be a Jurassic World review where I'm just completely over, just, oh my god, so many goodness, it's an A+. No, that was a mistake. This time, I've matured a little bit, so it's time to do the review that I'm giving to you right now. This is my honest opinion, and I am a true fan. Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. This is the 5th installment of the Jurassic series. This is the 2nd one in the Jurassic World trilogy, which we are getting a 3rd one on June 11th, 2021, which has already been confirmed before this movie came out. And I didn't read any reviews. I haven't seen any of the reviews on YouTube, nothing. The only thing I've seen, Rotten Tomatoes score, and a few little like good reviews or really good reviews from like European countries because the movie came out like 3 weeks ago in like other countries. So yeah, I've been staying away from spoilers. I did not read anything. I have not seen any review. I have seen the movie twice now actually, and so now I feel like I can really give a good in-depth review. And I'll say this, the first time I saw it last night, I believed I didn't love it. Like, I really felt like I hated it. There was like a moment where I was just like, I don't know what I just watched. After watching it tonight, I notice a lot more good than the bad, but this movie is still disappointing, and there's no way around it. Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom is a very entertaining summer blockbuster. But for a Jurassic Park fan, this is something they have gotten to a point now where we've almost reached cartoony levels. So yes, I am disappointed in this movie, and that is just devastating to say, but it's the truth. I've seen it twice now, and I probably will see it a 3rd time just to experience it. But overall, it's, again, like I said, I'm not going to Jurassic World this review. I'm not going to be completely just loving it. No, I'm going to give my honest opinion. So yeah, let's do it. So this set is set 3 years after Jurassic World, and on Isla Nublar, there's a volcano erupting, and so they send Chris Pratt and Bryce Dallas Howard to the island to save these species. The Hammond family, or not family, someone that knowed Hammond way before they started this company, whatever. There's people that still work there, and they're like, hey, we want to save these save these dinosaurs. We want them to go to safer places. But there's actually people out there. In the very beginning, Bryce Dallas Howard is actually part of a group of people protesting, hey, save the dinos. There's some people who are like, no, kill the dinosaurs. But people are like, these are animals. They're just like your pet dog or pet, like, you need to save them. These are animals. We have to preserve them. But that is that's one of the best things about this movie. I'll say that. They really do test you in saying, do you kill these animals? There are times where you're like, these are animals, but then again, they are dinosaurs, and they died 65 million years ago. So that's one of the things that I really like about this movie. It really does question the animals and how should we protect them? Do we save them? Would you do it? It does do that too, and I like that about this movie a lot. So I'm going to start with the positives. First things first, I think the directing in this movie is better than Colin Trevorrow in Jurassic World. J.A. Bayona directed this movie, who did The Orphan and The Impossible, and he did A Monster Calls, which was really good and underrated if you have not seen that movie. Either way, he directed this movie, and he did a very good job. I thought he did an amazing job. I mean, at times, there was great imagery, super great imagery. Imagery that I'm going to remember, which is great moments in this movie that he did a good job. Especially toward the second act of this movie, where it's more based of a horror aspect of the movie, which he's morally of because of The Orphan, and you could tell I feel like he was having way more fun with the horror aspect of the movie than the actual volcano erupting in the first half. So I thought J.A. Bayona did a really good job of the directing, and I think I would love to see him do another one, but Colin Trevorrow is already confirmed for the next one. So I really liked what he did, what he could have done, but he did a really good job for what he had. Chris Pratt, you know me, if you know me, I love me stuff from Chris Pratt. I've always liked Chris Pratt, even from Parks and Rec. Chris Pratt is just an awesome dude, and he's awesome as Owen again. Bryce Dallas Howard, actually, I liked her a lot more in this movie than Jurassic World. She's actually, like, important. Like, she actually does stuff. Like, she's actually, like, there to help and survive and do stuff, and she felt, like, more like a woman, and that was great to see in this movie. She really is, like, powerful in this movie. I thought she was good, and she was a good character. These two characters I really do like, and I'm starting to like them more and more the more I see, like, Jurassic World and now this movie, and I'm gonna start caring about them a lot more. But overall, these two characters, they were my favorite. And of course, Jeff Goldblum is in this movie. He's only in the movie for 1 minute, and it sucks that this is a minor spoiler. You've seen everything from Jeff Goldblum in the trailers, so there's not really much to spoil because you've seen him. Everything he said in the trailers, you've basically seen what he does in this movie. But when he is in the movie, there is one line he says that I really liked that's not in the trailer that I really liked. It's in the very beginning, he says it, and I was like, that's a good line. And Jeff Goldblum said it in the way he could. But when he's in it, it's awesome because Jeff Goldblum is good to see Ian Malcolm in the movie. I hope they would bring back more people, but they didn't, or did they? I won't spoil it, but I did like Jeff Goldblum in this movie. Another thing I really liked was the CGI. The CGI was really good. The volcano was actually really intense. The first hour of this movie is set on the island. I really thought that was an awesome hour in this movie. It was awesome. Like, I was having fun. I was having a lot of fun. I love the situation they got put into. Chris Pratt and the volcano and everything. Like, it was intense. The scene where he's running down the hill and the volcano's erupting. It's an awesome sequence. I can't lie. The sound design was awesome. And I really just enjoyed the volcano in the first hour of this movie. I really enjoyed it. Michael Giacchino's the score. The music I really didn't notice throughout the entire movie. It was intense. It worked. I liked the music. And overall, like, again, there was great moments in the movie. Like, the second act is more based in a mansion area. The horror aspects, there's great little, like, nods to, like, the other Jurassic Park movies that I really like. There are certain, like, action scenes filmed the exact same way as the first film. There's even one way a character dies in this movie. It's exactly how someone dies in the second in Lost World. And I noticed that, and I was like, I like that. Like, I like these little nods. Again, I thought J.A. Biono did a really good job directing this movie. And they all actually do use animatronics. There is a scene with an animatronic T-Rex. It is awesome. You can't tell that it's, like, you can't tell it's animatronics, but it is. Like, it looks real. And that's what I love about the animatronics. When they use them, it looks real. It felt real. And it was an intense and kind of funny scene. But I really like that. And another thing I really liked about this movie, actually loved, like pure loved, the opening scene. The opening scene, the first 4 minutes, 5 minutes of this movie, pure loved. Like, literally when the movie started, and like I was like, dude, I am in for it. This is about to be great. That opening scene is, to me, top 1, 2 favorite opening scenes in the Jurassic Park series. Like, that was an opening scene to remember. I love the opening scene a lot. So now let's talk about the bad. First things first, the second half of this movie. The first half, I said, is very entertaining. It's on the island, there's a volcano. Second half, it turns into a cartoon with these villains and this mansion and these scientists and these bidding war, and I just lost interest. The middle part of this movie is boring. You are so bored and you are not interested in any of the other characters, and all the other characters are annoying. I'm telling you right now, Toby Jones has never been so annoying. I didn't like how he talked. I didn't like how he acted. He felt too over the top. He was just a bidding guy. I thought he was way too over the top. The main villain, I won't tell you who it is, but the main villain in this movie, I mean, he's literally a cartoon. He wants money. There's literally a scene where they're bidding money and the money's going across his glasses, and you're like, come on, like, just come on, this is not a cartoon. The villains are stupid, ridiculous, and Buffalo Bill, I know from Silence of the Lambs, he plays a bodyguard in this movie, and I thought he was a cartoon, and there is a decision he makes in this movie that is the dumbest thing I've ever seen someone do, and everyone in the theater tonight was like, come on, like, you know what's gonna happen when you see it, but you're just like, really? You're that dumb? like I said, the second half really does fall apart, and it turns into a monster movie with this new Indominus, like, not Indominus, it's like a Indoraptor. It's cool looking, and there's a good practical scene with its head that I really liked, and there's a really, like, it does cool things, like, there are great horror aspects with it that I was entertained by, but it just felt so underused. Like, I feel like, I remember the days when the T-Rex was the scary big monster. Now it's, these past two movies, it's always been the new creation. Like, the T-Rex literally saves Chris Pratt in one of these scenes in this movie. And you're just like, a T-Rex in the first movie would have tried to eaten Chris Pratt. Like, in these movies, it's saving him every minute it can. It's just, it's kind of ridiculous if you ask me. And I'd rather them have the T-Rex be scary. The Raptors, I got used to, they used to be the scary thing, but now I'm getting used to Blue and the relationship, which I really liked between Chris Pratt, and by the way, that was a really good scene. I thought that was, their relationship was still there. But yeah, the villains are ridiculous, and there is a character in this movie that helps him he's the computer hacker nerd kid. I wanted him to get eaten by a dinosaur so bad. He was annoying. I could not stand him. And I literally, 95% of the comedy did not work for this movie. There is one scene that I laughed at, but everything else, all the comedy, I did not like. Also, not to spoil anything, there is a subplot, a tiny little subplot that gets hinted at through the movie. At the very end, you find out what this thing is. I literally was like, nope, we're really going there. We're really going there. Okay. And then it kind of affects the first movie and makes you think, and you're like, really? So that's what that means, and this is what this means now? I don't like it. If you've seen the movie, I think you'll know what I'm talking about. I don't like this subplot at all. I really, like, I don't feel like it's not Jurassic Park. Like, that subplot, I'm like, no, that is sci-fi original. You need to stop it, just kill it. And it barely had anything to do with the actual story itself. And there is a character decision at the very end of this movie that I'm just like, why would you do that? I mean, come on. Like, and then the character says their reason. I'm like, no. They just did something that's gonna affect everyone. And the movie ends in a way that I was like before this movie, I was joking around saying how this movie was gonna end. It ended the way I was joking around with, and I'm honestly nervous for a third Jurassic World film. But if they go for what they set up, and they actually do it in a good directing way, and they actually take it in a serious way, not just cartoonish, it can work. But it depends how they take Jurassic World 3. But overall, Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom is a mess of a story and characters and beautiful moments. I mean, this movie is just throwing dinosaurs. There's no there's no build up anymore. It's just dinosaurs, action, fun, which there is a lot of fun too. I can't lie. I did have fun watching a lot of the stuff. Like I said, the mansion section of this movie, the second half, completely just turns to a cartoon. But the horror aspect stuff, like the museum scene, I really enjoyed. I have to admit, I really enjoyed that stuff. I very much enjoyed the first act of this movie, the first half with the island. I really enjoyed that. But overall, this movie, it's reaching to the level of cartoony. And if someone asks me, what do you think of the movie, I'm going to say it's okay. And that is why I'm going to give Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom a C. I think it's a movie that has a lot of fun, but there is bad to this. There's stuff they do that's questioning if, like, the next film, and it's like, oh no, just don't, you've already done a lot, but don't get deeper into cartoonish. And when you see this movie, this review is going to make so much more sense. I want to do a spoiler review, but I never do those, so I'm not going to do it. Either way, as a Jurassic Park fan, I was entertained, but it's nothing to like Jurassic Park to me. If I had to rank them, by the way, if a lot of people asking me, number one is awesome, 100% Jurassic Park. Number 2 is actually the second one. Number 3 is Jurassic World. Number 4 would be Fallen Kingdom. Then 5 would be Jurassic Park 3. I still think this one's better than Jurassic Park 3. Anyway, guys, hope you guys enjoyed this review, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye-bye.